everyone, hope you're doing well. Thank you so much for watching. I am excited because today is the first day I am outside doing gardening and landscaping work. We have finally got a spring day that was warm enough for me to do outside activities, so I was super excited to finally spend some time outside in the garden. My little spring bulbs are budding out. The dark ones up there are tulips, and then the green ones are hyacinths. I can't wait. We had a huge snowstorm just a couple days ago, so everything is still pretty wet. It is nice. It's like 60 degrees though, so it's really nice and warm out. But I'm probably gonna try to do a little leaf blow cleanup. I want to put down just a little bit of mulch where the bulbs are, just to kind of, especially on this side, it's all like clay and dirty looking, just to kind of freshen it up. But I'm not gonna go like ham on the mulch yet because it's still really early. A few tiny buds on my hydrangeas here. You can see my tulip buds poking out of the snow. I'm going to work on a little seed sowing project. I've never done this before, but I know it's typically supposed to be done with gallon milk jugs, but this is all I have, so I'm gonna work with it. So I picked up these seed packets at the Dollar Tree earlier in the year. They were 4 for $1, so obviously I really don't have any financial investment in this. I didn't want to spend a lot of time or money on it. I kind of just wanted to experiment and see if I could get this to work for me. So if it does, great. If not, oh well. The Coke bottles were really tricky with trying to cut since they're so much more thick than milk cartons. So I had to use my drill to cut drainage holes in the bottom. Don't shame me, I'm not the pop drinker. It is Sam, so he's the one with the unhealthy habit. I just dumped in some potting soil, poured in the seeds, and put a light amount of soil on top of them. I think most of the directions said 1/4 of an inch on top of the seeds. We are still likely to get a few nights of below freezing temperature, so I can put the lids on them when the temperatures do end up dropping down. And then I just labeled them with some painter's tape. And I was really upset because later in the day I ended up knocking one of them over and it completely spilled out. But I just stuck everything back in there and we'll see if they grow or not. And now I'm on my front porch and I am just giving it a light blow with my leaf blower, getting some leftover leaves and debris out of there. And then, like I said, I have tulips and hyacinths planted flanking my front walkway, and I'm just adding a little bit of mulch to kind of make the area look a little bit better. Like I said, I didn't want to go crazy since it's still really early and I don't want my mulch to get all dirty. And then I am deadheading my hydrangeas with the endless summer or big leaf hydrangea species. You're not supposed to prune them because they grow on old wood, so I am just snipping off the dead heads on top and making sure I'm not disturbing any of the little buds that I see coming in. And then I'm just going around and cutting back any of my perennials because I didn't do any of that in the fall. I have quite a few things that I plan on transplanting in the next couple weeks. A lot of hostas I gotta get divided and split up. This hosta in particular is really huge and can probably be divided into like 8 different hostas. And then I am in the backyard and also giving just a quick blow out with my leaf blower. Here are some crocuses that I have back here. The previous owners planted these, but they are so pretty, and I definitely need to plant some more of these since they seem to do really well in this spot. All right, and now we are on day 2 of landscaping since the temperatures were still nice and warm, and now everything had dried up a little bit more from all of that melted snow. These mums have been with me for more than 2 years now, and I thought about trying to replant them somewhere else, but I don't have a place for them, so they're gonna go. And now I am out in my front garden area and just doing some more cleaning up, trimming back perennials, deadheading my hydrangeas. And next up, I am going to be pruning my boxwoods. Now, this is completely new for me. I did some research about how to clip them in nice little balls. I'm so nervous. But I was really nervous about doing this because I didn't want them to look all stupid and not grow back, but everything that I read said that this actually promotes more growth. I started with the larger ones at the front of my house by my porch. These are 2 years old. I planted them 2 years ago, and I have not pruned or clipped them at all. I definitely felt like I got better at it as I went along and gained a little bit more confidence as I went along. Then I moved on to the ones on the side of my house by my garage. These ones are smaller. I planted them last spring. Again, I've never pruned them, and I actually really like how these turned out. They are really tiny little balls, but I think they're so cute. Boxwoods are definitely my favorite shrub ever. I just think they're so classy and pretty looking. Then I moved over to the 2 large planters that I have flanking my garage and just cleaning them out. I had some fall cabbage in there still, and I pruned the English ivy back and just kind of fluffed up the dirt and took the Christmas bows off of my arbor vitae. And here are my little seed bottles here, so I'm gonna keep an eye on these. I'll share progress hopefully in the next couple of weeks. Hopefully I actually get some sprouts from them, but we shall see. Here's how my boxwoods turned out. They're definitely not perfect, but they look a lot less unruly, I suppose. They're definitely more oblong than they are round. I'm excited to see how they grow in over the next few weeks, months. The one on the end is definitely the best one of the bunch. You can see my buds of hyacinths and tulips are significantly more out than they were just two days ago. I really hope the blooms come out. I'm just so afraid that they're too shaded. My yard is just all shade. It's all shade. I need to put out my spring doormat and topiaries, but I got my tulip wreath out. I've also been thinking if I cut those azaleas down a little bit more and have them a little bit more petite, I'm thinking I would love to add window boxes here. Let me know what you guys think of that. I think that would look so pretty with like spring and summer annuals in it. And then here is around the side with the other boxwoods. They're so cute. I love how tiny and petite they are. I think this one needs to be moved a little bit. It doesn't, I feel, look properly aligned with the rest of them, so I should probably do that. And another thing that I really want to do in this corner here is get a small flowering tree. I'm thinking a pink dogwood would be perfect. I've been doing some research. My plan is to get some pansies to put around the base of the arbor vitae in my planter boxes. And here in the backyard now, my rhododendron is coming in. You can see some of the blooms on it. These are going to be my bleeding hearts coming in. I think this is catmint. I'm not 100% sure, but I think that's what that is. That is stone crop. I think that's a weed. I don't know. This is a butterfly bush that I got for really cheap last year. I actually don't know if it's dead. I was looking online to see how you know if they're dead, and it said to rub your fingernail on it. It's alive. And then they said if it's green underneath where you rub, that means it's still alive. And it's alive. I'm so glad. This is my very giant hosta situation. This is the one I'm going to be dividing in the next week or two. Oh, some of these crocuses are already dying off. These are so weird feeling. They're kind of like sticky. Ugh, I don't like that. My porch is still all winterized-ish, but in the next couple weeks, I'm gonna sweep it out, power wash it, get it ready for spring and summer. Can't wait. Then over here on the other side of my porch, I made this little platform with some of these leftover pavers here and put all these pots here like at the end of last summer. I moved some of my tulip bulbs up here the other day. I'm basically trying to experiment with my spring bulbs, seeing what grows best where, since sunlight is so limited. There's a fern and creeping Jenny is coming back in there. And then these were the pansies that I planted last year in the fall, and they're actually, I just trimmed them back and I think they're gonna grow back. So I'm kind of just letting those do their thing. And I desperately need to get a hose holder back here because I just leave it out. We got just a little bit of forsythia coming in here. That's usually the first to bloom. That's gonna be it for this video, you guys. Hopefully I was able to give you a little bit of motivation to do some spring yard cleanup in your own yards. I can't wait to do more spring garden projects. I can't wait for my bulbs to start blooming. It is just so satisfying to see your hard work pay off. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and hit the subscribe button down below for more lifestyle, gardening, and home decor related content. Thank you guys so much for being here with me today, and I'll see you in my next video.